Like when I think of the title of her show, I'm like, is that what your victims be saying? Carisha, please? $250,000 a month to do strange shit at will. You couldn't wait for Cassie to run. You couldn't wait to be in Cassie's shoes. Carisha, please.
Young Miami is seriously panicking as we speak, y'all, because she has just been subpoenaed to court as an accomplice to Diddy's ring. And word on the street is the prosecutors aren't letting up on her till she also does some jail time. It turns out that not only was she allowing Diddy to drench her in baby oil and golden showers, but she also was servicing him with including her own family members and helping him to export his pink to multiple states for freak-offs. Initially, people thought he was paying her $500K checks just for being a sugar baby, but it actually goes deeper than that. Miami is knee-deep in his crimes, and the prosecutors finally have enough evidence to throw her in jail. However, she now has the option of escaping jail time by testifying in court against Diddy or being arrested as an accomplice. And of course, Carrie Shaw is going to sing in that courtroom because she doesn't want to end up like the diddler. Young Miami was first incriminated in this mess when she was named dropped as an accomplice in an essay lawsuit filed by a music producer Lil Rod exposed her for receiving multiple payments from Diddy, ranging from $250K all the way to $500K every month to service him and supply him hard substances for his freak-offs. Lil Rod claimed in his lawsuit that Miami watched Diddy essay him at a party, and she even ordered her cousin to also forcefully give him an oral while he was under the influence. He said all this went down at a Thanksgiving party that Diddy threw back in 2022 after taking several glasses of alcohol, which he now believes were spiked. Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom while he was inside, at which point she allegedly started groping him and performing oral acts on him without his consent. According to Rod, Miami was the one who told her cousin to do this, and she was also acting based on orders from Diddy. As the cousin was doing this, Miami and Diddy were in the room, and they both just stood and watched as Lil Rod tried to get her to stop. Mind you, he was heavily intoxicated with multiple substances, so he wasn't able to fight her off. He said he tried to push her away and left the restroom, only to then be followed by Miami's cousin, who then allegedly undressed and attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in front of Diddy and others, including Miami and Diddy's son Justin Combs. Rodney also confirmed the viral rumors about Diddy paying Miami $500K to service him with, and word on the street is these include both men and women, and sometimes even underage people. He said Young Miami was among those who were paid a monthly fee by Diddy to work as his workers. Robin Greenhill, the accountant, would ensure the wiring funds transfer or cash payments to ex-workers. Frankie, Santee, Moy, Bond, Brendan, Paul, and KK would also be responsible for ensuring payment to workers in cash. Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' ex-workers and receives payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, which outlined defendants' ongoing criminal operation. Rodney even went as far as adding several photos for the night the essay happened, and you can actually see that it was in fact a Thanksgiving party because they were all rocking white. As if all this wasn't incriminating enough, he later amended his lawsuit and also accused Miami of helping Diddy transport across states, which we all know are illegal. But this wasn't just any kind of oh no, this was the infamous pink, and according to reports, pink is a combination of XY, and Diddy was obtaining the from Brendan Paul, Diddy's accused mule, who was recently arrested, but when he forgot to bring the he went with brown. Lil Rock claims he personally witnessed Diddy do a few lines of in his dressing room, and whenever he wanted to see but Brendan forgot it, he called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami.
Pink cane Young Miami has to bring across.
Wait, the two-seat.
Yeah, the two-seat. That's what they got.
I found out. I talked to my guy because I wanted to be informed. Because people was calling the two-seat, it's calling it the Tucci. I didn't know which one it was, so I talked to my guy, and my guy filled me in, and then it made perfect sense. Two-seat.
Talk to him.
With Jaguar.
Let's talk.
Education.
101.
So 2C is the but they take the cat and cook it up. And they fold it into the. Now if you don't know what cat is what they call on the street special cat. It's a veterinary, it's a horse tranquilizer. Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there was certain you will always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, Special K, and now see, the keep you up all night, but unfortunately, it gives you limp noodle because of what the blood flow is. So you want stuck with a half-hard all night. So that's why you have the Viagra to make sure that the involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing yourself with the. Now see, the mean that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You could get by 80-ton gorillas. You wouldn't feel a thing. So now, your is gonna stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got in you, so you don't feel. And then you add that to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out. And now you got a party.
Freak off cocktail.
Yeah. So now, the Tootsie, they done skipped. They done skipped all the steps. They condensed it. So you got the in there, and then you got the in there, and they say that some of the dealers add the in there. Now the Viagra, you still got to take that solo. But with the Tootsie, you got all of that. The gay cocktail, off cocktail, in the one thing. And the reason why it's pink is because they put the food coloring in it. They think, he think they got it from the Breaking Bad. You remember how they was making the mess, and they made it a special color, so they done that with the Tootsie.
Wow.
It's the food coloring.
You think that?
As if you need more. When did high not get high enough? Like, I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, to the point where you have to fly it across. Like, I need that here tonight. Can you get that here? Like, no.
I need that here. You got 3 powerful and food coloring.
Okay.
You are numb. You are wired. You pop that Viagra. You a f***ing machine. You anything. You a brick wall, wouldn't even feel it.
But as I said, Miami have been working with Diddy for a while to commit these crimes, so the situation with Lil Rod wasn't the only time she participated in that mess. She was brought up again when a woman who identifies as Jane Doe filed a lawsuit against Diddy of SA and intimidation over the span of 4 years. Some people believe this woman is Diddy's side piece, Gina Hugh, for a few reasons that I'll get into later, but that hasn't been proven yet. So I'm going to keep calling her Jane. For now, she claims Diddy had VO intercourse without her consent, drug her, and impregnating her, as well as making his staff record their encounters without consent and cause her to be afraid for her safety, as well as anxiety and depression. Even after all this, Diddy continued to contact the alleged victim in order to control her actions and autonomy. She said she first met Diddy in fall 2020 overseas, after he invited her on a trip after visiting him in spring 2022 in Miami. The lawsuit says she woke up and her feet were purple and bruised with a bite mark on her heel. Stating she was unaware of how she got the injuries, the lawsuit also states that the Jane Doe was compelled to ingest an unknown substance before she learned that it was or contained the or other substances, which caused her to black out and lose consciousness intermittently. Later, she took a pregnancy test, which was positive. Now this is where young Miami comes in, because according to Jane, Miami harassed her by repeatedly calling her and telling her to have an abortion. Jane eventually had a miscarriage, but this didn't stop Diddy and young Miami from allegedly still her. Fast forward to 2022, after young Miami and Diddy allegedly made her life a living hell, Diddy began communicating with Jane Doe again and began compelling her to travel with him, and to him, he would harass her through text messages, calls, and third parties until she agreed. During her visits to Combs, the lawsuit states, he made the alleged victim perform a show for him, giving her alcohol and other substances until she ultimately passed out. Then she would wake up with no recollection of what occurred or how she had injuries. It's crazy that young Miami was out here wild and like this and not expect to get caught at any point in time. She thought she was going to be getting those checks forever, but she was clearly wrong now. As I said earlier, people speculated that Jane Doe, who is suing Diddy, is his exit piece Gina Hugh, because she had an interview with Tasha K a few years ago and said Diddy paid her $50K to terminate a pregnancy. Not only that, she actually got into it with Miami on Twitter some time ago, and Miami ended up incriminating herself as Diddy's partner. She said, "If I wanted you to eat my cookie, Diddy would have you on your knees, but you would eat her."
Miami put out a tweet a while back and basically was into it with, I guess, one of Diddy's other women. And she basically said, if I wanted you to eat my cat, Diddy would have had you on your knees by now. Do you think that was really like her telling on herself before she knew things were going to hit the fan?
No, I think that was her being herself because she's a dumb. I think she was just telling the truth because it's almost as rough as Nicki Minaj with females out here. I hear she lace front all the time. Snatching up and throwing them in her nasty twat. Like when I think of the title of her show, I'm like, is that what your victims be saying? Carisha, please?
Oh, man. Damn. Okay.
Please, Carisha, stop, Carisha, please. She likes that shit. That turns her on. Wow. And her in the sexy red and the Sukianas and all this shit. The saucy Santanas. The whole fucking lot of them. God, say this. I know a Punisher when I see one. I was a Punisher one time in my life. You know, it takes one to know one. And I used to be hard on. But these, they doing.
To make things even worse, it's also now being alleged that the prosecutors have tapes of Diddy giving Miami a golden shower, and they played some dirty games behind the scenes by using it to, of course, this is illegal, but y'all know very well they ain't. And they'll do absolutely anything to get Diddy, even if that means going off the book and pulling dirty moves like this to get his accomplices to testify against him. And if y'all remember, Miami admitted to loving golden showers a while back on her show, so there being an alleged tape of it between her and Diddy isn't surprising at all to people.
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shower, like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak of the week, huh? So you say take a shot. You say take a shot. Oh,
Yeah, I take a shot.
You like go to shower?
I do.
But like peeing on you?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just do something.
I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, one more thing. I need something. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never had a golden shower.
I did.
Did you? I've never had a golden shower. Like I've given one. Oh, is that the same thing as? Or
Yeah, they say that. I don't know, but I don't had to go to the shower and I like.
I give them.
The hashtag P. Diddy started trending on Twitter, and a lot of people bashed her for allowing Diddy to do that to her. The crazy thing is there is even more evidence against Miami that will be coming out as the trial moves on, and there's nothing she can do to stop it. She can either help the prosecutors build up their case against Diddy by giving them more info, or she could keep quiet and eventually get arrested on that. Charges of being an accomplice to his ring and actively engaging with it. Either way, it's going to be rough for her these next few months. And as usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, "Young Miami after taking a $1 million deal with a DA to testify against Diddy." Another person said, "Not y'all being shocked that Young Miami is listed in court documents as Diddy's worker." Yes, that's what it's called. You can call it tricking to feel better, but if you're being paid for that's what you are, love a worker, that's how it works. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Young Miami running after getting caught up in Diddy's case? And do y'all think she'll be testifying? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.